Afudai, bila bila, Congo, le monde avache gochita.
I don't know what's wrong with you girls. I feel like y'all don't need love. You need somebody who could micromanage you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm gonna teach you guys how to build an Ancestor Alter. But before we build that, we need to make sure that you take a complete shower. Make sure your home is clean. Now, if you have kids, because I'm looking over into my kids' room, it's a little dirty, you can just choose to pick it up if you want to, or you could just leave it there if it's not a big messy mess. It's okay, the law not gonna really care, but your home, okay, make sure it's all clean. Make sure your body is clean, and then you can set up your altar. So let's all get in the shower and convene right here.
Much later.
If you hear a TV in the back room, or the background, sorry, the baby is sleeping, so I kind of want to just keep the white noise going for him. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the music. Like I said, today we're going to learn how to build a regular Ancestor Alter. This is highly requested on my TikTok, but 3 minutes is just not long enough for me to show you guys and explain to you in full detail how to do this. And I didn't realize how hard it was until one of my supporters wrote me and she was like, wow, it just seems like a lot of work. I don't know what to do. This is for everybody who wants to build an Ancestor Alter, but you feel like it's a lot of work. I'm about to break it down for you guys and show you that it's really not. Let's go. I did not do anything to it because I wanted to make sure, I wanted it to be authentic so you guys can see. Today is Wednesday. It is Ogufeai's Day. That's why I'm wearing red. And not for nothing, on this day, normally when you're done with your altar and stuff, you're supposed to throw rum on the floor 3 times. Today I did not buy any rum, so I'm just gonna give him a cigar, and then next week I'll buy him some rum. Like I said, the law know your situation. They know what you can and cannot do. If you can't go to the liquor store, it is okay. Just use what you have. They do appreciate it. Don't let anybody tell you different. We're gonna clean this completely off. First lesson, your altar can be placed anywhere you want to put it, okay? The myths about altars not being on your bed, on the foot of your bed, by the side of your bed, they can't be in your room. These are all rules that people's family members or families who brought the generation down, the Voodoo brought it down, and this is how they practice. I'm not saying that's a wrong way to practice. I'm just saying that's how they do it, and you can do it in your own way. If you feel called to put that altar in your bedroom, you put it there. If you feel called to put it out here in your kitchen, like I did, you do it. Now for us, the altars are normally called tab, which is a table that you build for the Loi, because it's supposed to be a big, giant table. Because you guys know I have Potato, who's my autistic 5-year-old, she will tear it down. So to eliminate the stuff that she can do, I have placed the altars on my counters. When I was in the shelter, the altar was on top of a dresser. And they came and they told me about the altar that I created for them in the shelter. Whatever you do is because your spirit feels called to do it, and they will appreciate that. Never forget that. We're gonna clean it off, and while I'm cleaning this off, I'm gonna let you guys know what you need. For a simple Ancestor Alter, you're gonna need earth, which is a plant. Any plant that calls to you, you're gonna buy it, and then you're gonna put it in a nice vase that's not for your home, not a gift that you were gonna give to somebody. It is a vase specifically for the Loi, or specifically for your ancestors. Since I am a Haitian Vodou, this is for all my ancestors. Boom. You're gonna need water. Now, when you hear people in witchcraft say use a chalice, they're just saying use a regular wine glass. Something that you don't give to other people, you've never drank off of, something that is just for them. Okay? Also gonna need air, which you see me cleaning this off right here. The air would be your incense, okay? And fire, a candle, right? Remember how I said today is Ogufeira's day. Remember. Those of you who are wondering what this is a mini jacout for Cousin Zakat. They come in, I think, 3 sizes. The mini, the medium, and there's a very big one. The very big one, normally you hang it on your wall. And what you do is, with the jacout, if you are venerating Cousin Zakat, he will tell you to get his jacout. He'll tell you what to put in it. I'll ask him if I can tell you guys what he told me to put in mine, but I'm not gonna share it until I get the clarity because we've already argued about that. He'll tell you what to put inside. And if you have a spiritual business or any business that Cousin had that you asked him, let's say you asked Cousin to, let me rewind. Cousin Zakat is the loi of jobs and money, success. If you have a farm, agriculture, things like that. These are things that you would ask him to help you with. So when those things come to fruition, every time you get paid from that, you will place some money in here for Cousin, okay? And not for nothing, some people, he does come to you in a dream and he tells you what to do with the money in the jacout. The money in the jacout is not for your personal spending. It's not a savings thing. Don't ever do that. If you ever heard a Haitian say, "Wa food kon judge," go ahead and fuck with his money. I'm just saying. I'm gonna take you guys off of the tripod for a second so you guys can see what else I have here. For those of you who came and watched me from TikTok, right? This is an altar for Mama Brigitte, okay? Who is also Bawa Samji's wife. Now, if you guys went and heard the story about how I began to work with her, then you know. If not, that's a long story. I'll put it in a story time if you guys want. Now, also, if you watch me on TikTok, this right here is something that I do. It is a hoodoo tip. If you have never met any of your ancestors in your family, you don't even know who they are, it's fine. You don't need no pictures. You don't have any pictures. Your mother doesn't have no pictures, fine. You're gonna get an empty picture frame and you're gonna go ahead, clean it out. Normally it comes with a picture in it, right? So take the picture out and you're gonna leave it like that on your altar. This right here is gonna leave the door open for any ancestor you have to come and visit you, okay? Now, if you're scared of some of them from the past, you heard some fucked up stories about them, make sure you are very clear about who you want to come through. Because if not, that angry auntie that used to fuck you up and you don't wanna talk to her, yeah, she gonna tell you a couple of words because you just opened the door. Get it? And then a lot of you guys, if you are my clients, you realize and recognize my Voodoo deck. If you guys are interested in this deck, I'll also leave the link for it in the description, okay? These are the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. So I leave them with the Loire so I can always get my messages. You guys call them downloads. And it just comes through clearer when I do that. So we're gonna clean all of this up and then we're gonna put everything back. For those of you who are familiar with my last vlog, when I was talking about the Rose of Jericho, this is it. We're gonna use the water again, but we're gonna use the water to clean the altar space. For those of you who are not familiar with the Rose of Jericho is a resurrection plant. It closes when it's dry and it opens back up when you place it in water. These plants are used for anything spiritual. For me, especially if you're trying to manifest, you can use the water as mop water in your business to promote business, to get clients, all that thing. Or use it in your home for calm, peace, and protection. In this case right now, we're gonna use it to clean for the Loire. I only do this because they like it. So I try to keep everything in routine that I notice that they are liking. Now, how do I know that they like it? if they don't come to you in a dream or they don't possess somebody's body, which is that's an extreme thing that they'll do if they really have a big message for you. They'll give you a dream, or they'll tell you in your tarot about this particular thing that you're doing. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use some of this water. What I do is I just leave it in there and I pour it out a little bit. Okay, you don't need a lot, you just need a little bit. And then I'm gonna put it back on my table. Like I told you guys last time, I do have a rag that is specifically for them. And then if you watch me on TikTok, you've seen me use this rag before to clean the tarot cards with my tarot method. I'm just gonna use this to wipe their altar. Normally after this, I would put Florida water all on the altar and then I'll place stuff. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cleanse with a cigar, which is what I told you guys. I'm gonna give Ogu, okay? And I'm just gonna cleanse with that. When I have the Florida water and I clean for them next time, I'm gonna put the Florida water, you know, to clean. Now, everything is clean. See that? Now we're gonna put everything back. Mind you, just like I said in Danto's video, you're gonna do this every week on their respective days, okay? For those of you who are curious, these rocks came from the cemetery. When you are trying to venerate and get her attention, you're gonna go to the cemetery, because normally when she wants to work with you, she'll come and tell you to go to the cemetery and give her some flowers. Boom. I did that with my apprentice, okay? And we came back each with rocks from the cemetery. We digged the dirt, we left her what she asked, and we took these home, okay? Once you have these, you're gonna build a triangle, and that's gonna be just for her, okay? Now, for those of you who are curious, Mama Bridget's days is normally Mondays and Saturdays. So since Monday, I did not light her candle. Saturday, I'm gonna make her something, and then I'm gonna put the food and the eggplant in there, and that's gonna be for her. She likes eggplants, and she also likes black beans. Always make sure you give your ancestors fresh water. Some of them might come to you and ask you for coffee too. You make sure you do that. For anybody who's wondering what this is just a mixture that I made. It's coffee, a little bit of cinnamon, and money. This I gave to them, so that way, that was my way of, you know, kind of keeping money in my house and showing them that I'm grateful for all the money that they've given me thus far. Now, mind you, you can place anything anywhere or anyhow you want to place it. This is just how I like to set up my altar for them. You don't have to do it exactly to the T. This is just how I've been doing it, and it's been working out for me a lot. The cigar I told you I was going to give him, for your incense, you remember, air. So this is how you do your check. Earth, air, fire. 1 second. Tory Man woke up, so there's that. I wanted to share with you guys too. You can also use tea lights in the color of the Loire on their day. This is why I also bought like a thing of tea lights. So we're gonna leave Ogu a tea light. I'm about to make some coffee for them, and I'm gonna give them some fruit. It is up to you, and it is your discretion if you would want to feed them, but in my experience, I would feed them, okay? Because they appreciate it. You're doing it without them asking, I would feed them. The duration that I leave the food on the altar is completely up to you. I normally leave the food about a week, And then I go to where you guys see me with my tree friend. And what I do is I leave the food, the coffee, even take the water sometimes, and I leave it as an offering. I had that video on my TikTok. If you guys want to see exactly what I do, make sure you go back over there and you check out that video. Candy for legba, or in Ifa is known as elegua. Sometimes legba likes to give potato candy. So if your child eats the candy off of your altar, I've learned not to like reprimand them. It's more of the Loi giving it to them, you know? So if you see them at the altar consistently drawn to it or whatever, they're being spoken to. When Lacienne came to me, she told me that my daughter has been talking to Dambala in my house, and I had no clue. The other day, she even took me over to the door and showed me that somebody was there. Now, remember, when you deal with Haitian Vodou and the Loi, there's an invisible realm. They can go wherever they want to go. We just can't see them. A lot of the times, that's why Ugans smoke and blow so much smoke out so they can see the Loi walking around in their place. That one is free. Okay. I normally make it, if I'm going to give them food or fruits, I make it pretty hearty because there's a lot of them. Okay. Before I light the candles, I normally just talk to them, or I'll talk to the Loi of the day, ask or say thank you, whatever I need. And while I'm doing that, when that is completely done, that's when I light the candle that's made, you know, for them. This is what your altar should look like. If you want to make it look like mine, this is what you should have at the end. Now, for those of you who are wondering what kind of plant this is, these are all bamboo plants, okay? And that's it. That's all you need to make your ancestor altar. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comments and I will definitely answer. If you guys have anything else you need help with, that also helps me make content. So go ahead and put that in the comments as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Tryna bag you. Ironic how the news I got about you ended up being bad.